Hey, have you ever wanted to go bikepacking? However, you don't have the fancy gear. You don't have a proper touring bike with massive panniers, or you don't have a fancy gravel bike with all the beautiful new bags that you can buy for them these days. My name's Will, and I was in exactly that spot when friend Michael said he was coming down to town and he was going to be camping at Chatfield Reservoir, which is about 30 miles from the house. And I was thinking, I want to ride my bike down there, sleep the night out, share a few beers, have a good time. So what I want to do now is share a few hacks that I incorporated to make this possible. I'm using my road bike. It's a Triben RC520. In all fairness, it has a pretty slack, pretty relaxed geometry, so it's actually kind of nice for touring. I've done all these trails that I'm going to do over the next 2 days on it before. They've all got hard tops to them. If it hadn't been, I'd have taken my mountain bike instead and done exactly the same thing. But yeah, it's beautiful, and I'm indulging in what Al Humphreys calls a micro-adventure. He defines micro-adventures as things that you do between 5 and 9. So he was a big explorer back in the day, but now, like a lot of us, has a family, can't get out for months on end like he used to. So instead, he does these micro adventures, these things he can do in a short amount of time, often between being at work. And I think it's a beautiful concept, and the book's worth reading. How's it going, folks? Coming through on the left. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, and he definitely encourages other people to do the same thing, and for families to do it as well. And I love that concept. So this is my little Metro Denver bike micro adventure, where I'm going out for the night. I hopefully won't be woken up by sirens tomorrow morning. Hopefully it'll be the sounds of the birds and the smell of dry dirt. It should be kind of nice. It's certainly been a beautiful ride since I've got on the South Platte. Basically, as I'm heading south, I'm still in an urban area, or more suburban now, but it's nowhere near as chaotic as around my house, which is close to both a school and a hospital. So yeah, not exactly quiet. So yeah, stay tuned for some hacks on how to convert your current bike into bikepacking bike, which will give you the opportunity to figure out if you do actually want to invest the money in all the fancy gear, because there's no doubt it makes life easier. What are you cooking, Michael?
Rice, beans, and veggies. And I forgot utensils, so Leatherman is always handy, right?
Leatherman's got a can opener on it as well.
I woke up listening to the birds. How nice is that? And now the sun's coming up and it's beautiful in here. It's a beautiful morning. I've just had a cozy night's sleep in the tent behind me. So let me show you a few of the things that I used. Literally, I've got everything that I have with me out here, so we might as well take a look at it. I've got this Thermarest here again. It's a very lightweight one. This is new, and consequently it doesn't crinkle. It doesn't make that nasty noise that the lightweight Thermarests used to make. So that was kind of neat. And then we got a Sea to Summit pillow, my fishing kit, which is a Tenkara kit. Literally is that little rod and that bag. Well, I think that probably comes in at about, well, certainly less than 10 ounces all in. I would say it's probably nearer 6. The big dry bag is what I packed on the back of the bike, and that really is a nice cheap hack if you have one around. I've got another dry bag which I put the tent in because there was thunderstorms yesterday and I rode through them. We got my clothing for camp, so it's a jacket, pants, an insulating jacket, some microgrid, so those OR Ferrosi jacket, OR Cirque light pants, a little bit heavy, but they got a DWR, and again I was worried about rain last night. And then a Houdini microgrid jacket, underwear and socks, wool socks. I've got my really old sleeping bag. This is an REI one that I've had for years. Goes down to 32 degrees, which is all I need, and packs down pretty small. Then bike kit, I got a pair of gravel shoes and gloves, both by Pearl Izumi. I'm wearing Pearl Izumi kit. And then we got Voile Straps, absolutely amazing. We then come on to the Silva headlamp. This has been one of my favorite things. It's really light, rechargeable headlamp. I'm carrying a fair amount of filming gear, so that all goes in that yellow fanny pack. Sunglasses, obviously, and then another little dry bag with my cooking stuff, and that's all the kitchen. We got a soya squeeze filter if I need to get water along the way, a little pocket rocket stove with an extension adapter, a GSI pot, which is also a cup, and then water bottles from the bike, and that is it. When your mat and your tent packs up this small, life is pretty ridiculously good. I wish you could pick this up. This makes me so happy. I used to have the sort of the ultra lightest of ultralight one-person tents back in the day. It was bigger and heavier than this two-person tent. That is how much better things have gotten of late. But yeah, that is the tent and mat all rolled up together. Worth checking this out because I'm about to get stormed on, so hopefully I can get home before it gets too bad. But I had to stop and dip my feet in the lake because my feet were really hot. So let's look at a couple of the hacks that made this bike packing trip possible. Firstly, a small tent with a small tent bag. This is a narrow bag. You can imagine when you're sat on here, your legs are going to be skimming that bag, so you want to make sure that bag is as narrow profiled as possible, and you want to pack it carefully for that. We've attached the tent to the bike with 3 Voile straps. These things are amazing. I don't know if you've ever used them. They're big in the ski mountaineering world, backcountry skiing world, because they're slightly stretchy and very, very strong and sturdy and very, very simple, and that's really all you need. You'll notice that I put my shoes, which are very lightweight shoes. You pick these up online for nothing. They're marketed as water shoes, And I love having a pair of these with me when I'm going on a long bike ride, because it just means I can change up out my bike shoes if I want to, and they really don't take up much space. They often go in my back pocket, but in this instance they go between the frame and the strap, so the frame does not get messed up by the strap. Good plan. I also have my fishing rod along the top post as well. Good thing to know about the fishing rod, it's what's called a Tenkara rod, so literally there's no reel on it, and I love these for backpacking. It just means that you can go fish without much stuff, which is great. So that's the first hack: Voile straps and a well-packed tent. I did actually put my tent inside a dry bag inside this bag just to keep it completely dry, and I also have the mat rolled up there as well. The other hack is using a dry bag attached to the seat post and then held up by the seat using more Voile straps. The biggest thing to note here is that I've got the strap, I guess, at the top around the post twice, which means it's not going to sort of fly around, bounce around so much. Also, because I had this little place here that I could put a second strap in, I did, because the more you can steady this, the better. It definitely throws your weight around. You know, this is where a real bag made for the job would be a lot nicer, but it works. And now I can access the clasp to undo it. Yeah, like I say, put it around twice and it won't bounce around as much. The other thing to note is that I don't roll it up the whole way, so really squeeze out as much as you can do from the bag. Don't roll it up the whole way, and then you've got enough to go around twice. And I really love these full-on white watery dry bags, because they're made from denser material, so less likely to get punctured while you're out riding. And that was it. That was how we carted everything around on this bike, and it worked very, very effectively.